Yo, what's good? Here's another one. Colt up, colt up, colt up, colt up. Brownsville versus everybody. But I love Brooklyn. Man, so yo, man, I gotta first and foremost, man. What's good, man? Colt up. Well, yeah, bro. Interesting topic. Yes, man. This is an interesting topic, man. Man, it's an interesting topic, man. You know, kid loses his life. But you know, in Brownsville. And one of this is very, very interesting. Colt up, colt up. Tap it in, tap it in. Y'all already know, man. You know, it's no goofy shit right now. Got time for goofy dudes or goofy things. A real topic, you heard? Yeah, man. Hit that like button on the way in, man. It's gonna be a good one, a short, powerful one, you heard? It's gonna be a short, powerful one, man, you heard? What's up, man? Colt up. Yeah, prayers for Shamar Davis, man. You know, he had the same last name I got, so that kind of like touched me. You know, it could have been in relation with, you know how that shit go. Remember, somebody died with the same last name, it's in relation. You think, damn, but Davis got killed. You know, I'm very overprotective with that name. You heard? You know what I'm saying? I'm very overprotective. Like, what? That could have been my relative or something. I don't know what it is. You know? I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you hear somebody deceased and you know they, you know what I mean, you want to know. You know what I mean? Hit that like button on the way in, man. Push that button. Boop, boop, boop. Push that button, man. For the guys, you know how that shit go. You know, when you in jail, you tell them girls, yo, push that button. You want to hear that, you heard? Okay. Don't do that, you heard? Oh man, so you know, first and foremost, man, I appreciate the people that support me, y'all. You know, a couple of people from Brownsville, you know, it shed light on, you know, what's been going on YouTube lately, y'all. And they was like, you know, KK, can you leave a lot of bull stuff alone? You know, let's get back to the real you, real topics, and that's what I appreciate the most, you heard? See, there's people like that you know keep reminding myself that I'm somebody to nobody. So I gotta concentrate on that. You heard? You know, I know I still do it. You know, certain adolescent issues and shit. You know, sometimes. But yeah, you're right. Y'all right, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for giving me and shedding light on that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, due to y'all um interest in me in my future. You know what I'm saying? My future. It's looking very bright. You know, it's a lot more brighter than a lot. So I got a couple of emails. I mean, a couple of inbox mail, inbox messages from people who doesn't even live in Brownsville, which is interesting. They don't even live in Brownsville. You know, they live in Coney Island, Bensonhurst. They even have some white people say, "Yo, what happened?" Well, so I had to go deep into the study because I've been seeing it on the news. But what alarmed me was the name Shamar Davis, and the first thing I thought was, another killing. You know, they profess that a lot on 21-year-old gets killed inside the projects, and the first thing us as black people say, the first thing that black people say is what he done. What have he done? Was he part of a gang? Was he doing this and doing that? What caused him to do? But unfortunately, in this incident, why I'm doing it, he was a peacemaker amongst his family members. And he went to Monroe College. And he dropped out of Monroe College to take care of his ailing aunt when the coronavirus lockdown began. He left school to go take care of his aunt. And he was only 21. And he's never been arrested. So, with that said, and see, these are the things that takes alternative turns. we say to ourselves, like, you know, our decisions in life doesn't conform. Like sometimes, sometimes I can think about doing something good for something, and I don't really think or reap the rewards. And sometimes we don't even think about, while we reap the rewards, that there's danger behind the rewards that we reap. And this is, a lot of times people don't look at the extra step to it. And one of the things that, that concerns me a lot about that is that, by him doing something good, it turned out to be something bad. And this is a short story about his incident. So what happened was, his in Brownsville, in Tilden Projects. And the reason why I say Tilden Projects, because this. You see this book right here, The Ville. This is the book, The Ville. Now this book, it's a flagpole in the middle, right? See that flagpole in the middle? You see that none of us is looking at the picture, because this picture was taken without us knowing. We didn't pose for this picture. This picture was used as a front cover to arrest me, and later in a homicide case. But this is where the dude that got killed at. It's on the left side of this picture. There's two buildings on each side of us that y'all don't see in this picture. It's 330 Dumont and 340 Dumont. This kid got killed in 330 Dumont. This kid got killed in 330 Dumont, which a building I got a story about. I have a story about that building. And it goes back years. The shootouts and things as far as that nature. I can't really talk too much about it because it was a very bad shootout, and the police was involved in it. So, you know what I mean? And this was crazy that, this happened in that building. But as usual, it's common. So my thing is this. What happened was his sister got into an altercation with another young woman. And he came in between them, and tried to break it up. So the other girl, I guess, took offense. Not his sister, the other girl that his sister was fighting took offense, went to the Bronx, got a few dudes, came back, and they ambushed son when he came out of his apartment, shot him twice and killed him. Now, what I can say most about a prominent danger of being aware of things is this what makes the world go around. Just that easy. Just that fast. Because, I thought about how many times we thought about. How many times have we done? Me, my sister got into fights. Even though she was winning, I still jumped in. We overprotected with our spouse, our thing. And one of the things that, we always heard when that happened is, the victim, I'm going to get my cousin, I'm going to get my sister, I'm going to get my brother, I'm going to do this and do that. And they do. Normally they come back, and they, whatever they have, but when we was young, they came back with sticks or a knife, whatever the case may be, and we fought again. This is how project life is. This is project life. And these things are normal. And I was just talking about how much more aggressive, how much more hostility goes on in these type of environments. Because you are constantly proximity in touch with a lot of people with different type of mentalities. And it's just like prison. The only thing about prison is that they kind of like keep you separated enough throughout the day. Listen, they keep you separated enough throughout the day so you won't have this type of entity Where's the projects? You out all day, all night. And you entitled to drink. That also causes a different type of energy in the proximity of where you live at, because this goes on within people without no restraints. So therefore, see, I'm getting deep with this. I got to get deep with this scenario because it's what they're calls for. Salute, Breaks Money. John Shaft, you already know. So there's no boundaries into separating or try to diminish the energy, because it's all in relation to having this much freedom. So when you got that much freedom in this type of environment, there's a lot of little things that people can do until it's too late. It's too late to even try to diffuse certain situations, and you can't restrain from it, because you have the freedom. You have the power to move about, to go do and have time to what you want to do. Is that, yeah, I could do this without doing this, without seeming aware. There are things being done, strategized without seeming aware, without being, obvious. So, this young man, 21 years old, stopped going to Monroe County to take care of his aunt who has respiratory. Yo, the weird shit just happened. My shit just cut off. You heard? My shit just cut off. The funniest shit. You heard? But anyway, let's get back up. So what happened is that this guy leaves Monroe College to take care of his aunt who lived in Flatbush with respiratory problems. And he comes to move back with his mother and his sister in Tilden Projects. But he goes to Flatbush to go take care of his aunt. He's never had a criminal background. And he never had a criminal background, and he was only 21 years of age, and he lost his life, due to trying to break up a fight, So, but guess what? Where he dies at, the killers, or supposedly killers, runs to a trap house somewhere in the building. Because you got to remember something, and I can relate to that. I've been in that building. I used to sell drugs out there, same building he got killed in. I sold drugs out there. I had shootouts with police there. You heard? Dudes can contest to that years ago. I had a lot of drama coming from that building, coming across the street, things of that nature. There was a war going on. And 330 was one of the buildings where this guy got killed at. Was one of the buildings that I did a lot of dirt in, you heard? That's a whole fact, you hear me? So, now, they goes in the building, they get information that the killers are still in the building when they come upon Shamar Davis's body. So they got information that it's so obvious. These kids is so dumb about how, it's not fair to say that this dude lost his life at 21. It's not good. It's not me. You got to start learning these dudes got to start learning how to move better in relation to trying to live longer and have a prosperous life. They got to endorse some type of, these dudes got to incorporate some type of thinking, a mind of thinking they don't think. So now they get whiff of apartment that they in, these shooters, and they goes in the building, go downstairs to a couple of floors, and they Go to knock on the door, and they raided it. So, you know, when they raided the apartment building, which I don't know how they raided, how they got in, somebody must unlock the door because you got to have a search warrant. And it takes a little minute for you to get a search warrant to go in somebody else's crib. So someone really opened the door. Well, they banged on the door. You know, and a lot of times the police will bang on your door in the projects and they don't have a search warrant. And these dudes get scared because of the loudness and the energy that's going on. They're like, I got to open the door. Everybody feels the need. They got to open the door every time the police knock when you don't. But anyway, they open the door. They comes in and they apprehended like 8 to 10 guys. 8 dudes and two girls, I think. And they take them into custody. So you know what happens. Someone threw the gun out the window. Police was already downstairs waiting for somebody. They see the gun, boom. They found the gun on the floor, you heard? And they start telling. Because if they did, everybody would be arrested. So they got one guy in custody. You know, they got a guy in custody now. Everybody told on him, you know, and this one girl who, you know, who was the one who went from Brooklyn, from Brownsville, go all the way to the Bronx. From Brownsville all the way to the Bronx to go get these dudes to come back to Brooklyn, to Brownsville, kill a young boy. I don't even understand how that even happened. Like, you know, and I'm very surprised at that type of motive because, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. You know, I pray and hope that the momentum is just so different. Like, I want to say something. Shout out to OG Product. You heard? OG Product did a video. You know, he was in Brownsville. I'm in Brownsville. And you saw the police station right there. Let me see if I can find it. But the police is right in front of the building. The dude got killed there. It's a police station right there in front of the building. It's between 330 and 340 where the flagpole was at. This police station set up right there. Big thing, cameras with big lights and all that, you know? I got to show y'all this picture. They probably got the building on there, and I really want to show you the building. This shit is crazy. Like, I don't even understand that. Here goes Shamar Davis. All right. Yeah, this is the front of the building right here. Let me see if I can find more pictures. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here you go right here. I'm going to show y'all this. Here go the picture right here. All right, let me turn this around. Here go the police station right there. This is the police. This happened right in front of this police station right here. That's where is it at. That's where the police station is set up at. And you see the building behind there? That's where the dude got killed at. In that building. That's there 24 hours a day. This is where OG Product was at when he was saying he was in Brownsville. That's why I said, yeah, you know, he in front of the police station, whatever the case may be, you heard? You know, that real sucker shit. You know, who gonna tape in front of the police station? But, you know, shout out to OG Product. You heard? That was a good one. Yeah, but that's Tilden. That's the building. So, you know, yeah, that's the building. And that's what's so amazing. But if you think about it, you know, I guess when the shots go out, they know they couldn't come out the door because the police is right there, right in front of the building. It's stationed there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The police station is there. So, you know, like I said, you know, they wind up Now, the thing about this is, the woman, the young lady who went up to the Bronx, all the way to the Bronx to go get her a sibling or relative, come down all the way to Brooklyn to Brownsville to shoot this guy because he broke up a fight between him but she felt some type of way. And I'm quite sure she amped it up. No, he hit me. No, he held me. These are the things that happen in the projects. He held me and she punched me. Things of that nature, you heard? I'm quite sure that these allegations came about. But now you got them all in the precinct. You got these dudes in the precinct, and they all point fingers at him. They all point fingers at the shooter. He's the one who did it. Now everybody gets to go home. She gets to testify. She gets to go home because she gets to testify against him that he shot, and that she didn't know that he had a gun, and that she didn't know that he was going to shoot him if he had a gun. So now she gets to go home, and 8 months later, when he on Rikers Island on trial, and she's going to come and testify and says, "Yep, he shot him. I didn't know he was going to shoot him." Now that boy is in there. 2 lives lost. The one he killed in his life as well. How preposterous is that? How preposterous is that? This is project life. This is the things that goes on. This is why I always touch on about energy, about things in nature, man. Because when you come outside, which you are entitled to get fresh air or to walk to the store or go to the supermarket, things of that nature, anything unexpected happens. A friend of mine's growing up, went to church, loved karate pictures, loved karate movies on Saturdays. You remember the karate movies on Saturdays? Huh? Y'all remember the karate movies on Saturdays? That came on 3 o'clock. Everybody go to the Chinese restaurant and get the Sundew fruit punch joints for $1. And chicken wings, French fry, and shrimp fried rice, chicken wing, boom. And everybody go in one boy apartment on the floor model TV and watch karate flicks while we eating Chinese food, drinking Sundew, you heard? And then after that's over with, what we do? We go in the hallway, jump off the balconies, try to act like we Bruce Lee, act like we Jackie Chan, things of that nature, you heard? This project life, this is shit that we did. We growing up. But I had a friend who did the same thing, and salute, R.I.P., and rest in love, Donald Cook. This kid that we used to go to his house and watch these type of karate movies, we were young, 12, 13 years old. He goes to the store and never comes back. He goes to the store, never comes back. So everybody's waiting for him to come back. Next thing you know, we see the ambulance. We don't hear the shots. We see the ambulance go by. We say, "Mom." Next thing you know, you got people from the projects across the street from us and the buildings running over there to our building, crying, saying Donald got shot. Donald got killed. Now, at a young age of playing as kids and things of that nature, I gotta say, he was the tallest one out of all of us. He looked at like average 20, 21-year-old, but he was probably no more than 14 or 15, but he was very tall for his age. So now the whole block, the parents, the kids, dudes my age, we all run. We all run through the projects to Mother Gaston, where they had a store, convenience store at, and yes, we saw him stretched out. We seen my man stretched out, young kid. We seen him stretched out on the pavement with his Chinese food and the Sundew, stretched out, one leg behind his back, one stretched out. You heard? He got shot in the back of his head. And supposedly somebody came by in the car and shot him. That dude never been in trouble in his life. He never had no beef with nobody in his life. He was too young. He's very restricted, supposedly, you know, and you know they still haven't got the killer. And supposedly it was a mistaken identity. But these are things that goes on in the projects. Project life is different, man. It's a little more dangerous than a lot of people that live on in private houses. It is, you know, because private houses that you can come in and out, and you deal with less people, and you deal with a less type of energy. You do. Not in the project. It's a lot of things you worry about. You get mad about in the projects. You come out your door, you know, and you know, especially me, I come out my door, you know, and I live on the 6th floor. I used to, you know, put my hand on the rail, come down, boom, some dummy spitting on the rail, you heard? Between the 6th floor and the 5th floor, or the 5th floor and the 4th floor, you got spit. You like, what the fuck? You got all type of stuff dudes be doing, some weirdo stuff. Dudes take shit in the elevator, piss in the elevator, you know what I mean? It's nasty, you heard? It's crazy growing up in the project. So you already on go. You already tight, you heard? You living around crazy people, you heard? So, you know, that these are the type of things, and you come out, man, you know, next thing you know, you got people writing your name on a hallway walls, you know, KK slept with Regina, or KK slept with it, and he's doing, what the fuck? But it's sad. It's sad that this young kid lost his life because of the way he lived. You know, they said, you know, said love the ones that's here because you're gonna God gonna need them back one day. You heard? He definitely gonna need them back. And he said, you know, the good die young. You heard? The good always die young. So you know that, you know, I always try to keep this type of principles and morals, hope alive. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But yeah, you know, like I said, man. Sometimes I think beyond the core. I think beyond the energy. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychology, but I can almost assume that these are the things that goes on. And growing up in projects and people knowing about the projects, you know, you entitled to, you know, they say it's cradle to the grave. I remember they used to call it, Papoose said it best. He said, you know, projects is like oversized tombstones. It's cradle to the grave, born and you die there. You know what I'm saying? And it's in some cases it happened. A lot of these kids didn't ever get experience. They never got a chance to explore even boroughs. I mean, growing up in Brownsville, you had the shopping centers, you had the thing, you know, it was its own world. I mean, you live in a big amount of buildings surrounded by you that's projects. You know, you got shopping areas, you got side stores on the blocks, man. This is these people world. These are people world. They don't go nowhere. They stay right there. They grounded. All they know is that get money. That's it. Get money. Do what they do. But as far as they come to violence, before as being violent, that's the only thing they know. They don't come outside of that square. They don't get a chance to explore the different type of nationalities, except for their own. And they don't know or understand the energy of different type of nationalities, except for their own. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, it's a very hostile environment, that this kid lost his life in. And it's sad. They still going through it. You know what I'm saying? He's still going through it, but yeah, look what it turned out. This guy, two people lost their lives. One's that one that he's supposed to have killed, and then one he lost his life because they told on him. So now he's bound for a whole entire different lifestyle. Prepare yourself. When these dudes got to look at it like that. Now that he done what he did because he was influenced by what she said, now he had to totally change his life, change his survival tactic. All this comes now. Now you don't have these 8 other dudes with you. Now you by yourself. Now you by yourself. Baby Grizz, I love y'all too, you heard? So now you by yourself. And you sitting in your cell reading all these statements that your mans that you thought was cool with you is telling all different type of stories. Well, he came and got me first, then he came and got Sammy, then he came and got Ike, and then he's like, yo, come with me down to Brownsville, and boom, 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 and yeah, these are their peoples who are now against what they don't want to go through with you. They guided you, say, I'm with you through the whole thing up until that point, which you thought was much more important to take someone else's life instead of trying to resolve the problem in a different manner. You could have gave that dude a 101 if you felt some type of way. Y'all could have fought or something, things of that nature. But yet you pulls in that manner, not thinking that you got 8 other dudes that's witnesses, even a woman that's a motive. You dudes leave motives and y'all leave witnesses because you're not even thinking. And the guy that killed the 21-year-old, he was 25. He was older than the kid. And the way the kid looked in this picture seemed harmless. He didn't have a background. Some of the things that we need to think about before we do something or before we react because of someone else's influences on you because they felt some type of way. So now you're in your cell and you're reading all these statements that all these people said about you. Charged with, murder in the seconds, 125.25. We know that. I know that for days. 125, 20, 20, all that, 0.25, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up, guy? You savage. How you, man? All right, you already know, man. Salute. You know what I mean? Yeah. But these are the things that, I had to discuss this topic because people was like, yo, man, let's stop the bullshit. Let's get on something real, KK. Leave these clowns alone. So I had to get on this topic. You know what I mean? Let's get on this topic. Man, I want to stay on this topic. It's just that, it's a senseless killing. It could have went to a fight. It could have went to, a smack or something, or you never know. You heard? Things of that nature. But you decide to pick a gun up and kill a 21-year-old. Shot him twice. Shot him, boom, and then the dude ran to the elevator. He shot him again, boom. He got shot twice. Coming out, putting the key out his door, and then boom, he got hit. Then he ran to the elevator, and he got hit him. They hit him again. You know what I'm saying? And he died on the spot. Like I said, when police came, they already got word that this girl had something to do with it because his sister broke the fight up, boom, boom, and they already led him to the apartment where they always in. When they go downstairs to the apartment, they bust the door down, or they knock on the door, somebody open the door, they throw the gun out, you know what I mean? Now everybody's in the crib, apprehended, and then now they take everybody down to the precinct, everybody told on the suspect. Who was the shooter? Is all they want to know. So now the suspect is arrested. Things of that nature. And now he's sitting, no bail. You know what I'm saying? Oh, because, on a murder case, no one can afford bail, really. You know what I'm saying? So now he's in the cell and he's contemplating, he's reading all the statements. He's reading his accusatory report. This accusatory report is the initiative of the motive of your incident. First thing you get when you go to court, the lawyer gives it to you. Because as soon as you get it in front of the court, your lawyer comes and he got all your paperwork already prepared for you to see what you charged with. So he and now he's reading the story. And if he's 25 years old, best to believe he know what snitching is. He know who's real and who's not. And he knew that obviously that he slipped when he had took this in this manner instead of in another manner. Not trusting who he was with and who he brung down to guide him or, protect him. Now the tables turned on him. The tables turned on him. The same thing what they did with the girl in Brooklyn when they stomped her and took her sneakers. They all turned on each other, like I predicted. And the same thing here. Let me tell you something, man. And like I said, man, I don't got nothing against people living accordingly to how they was, living. Like, I'm just saying, project life is so different. You deal with a lot of hostility. Can you imagine dealing with, let me tell you something. Imagine you being in a prison and you out all day, every day. Let's just say that. Imagine you living in a prison. You out all day, every day, out your cell. Y'all got liquor, y'all got access to liquor, access to guns, access to knives. How many of y'all efforts think y'all gonna live that long to see something of that nature? Because these are the same type of people that live in projects. So can you imagine living in a prison? 22,200 some people. You out your cell 24 hours. You got access to liquor, access to weed, access to drugs, access to guns, access to. Can you imagine living around human beings like that? Picture yourself living around human beings like that in a prison and see who's a tough guy. See who lives the longest. See who's able to be smart and outthink everybody. Think about it. You ever seen the TV show Oz? How them dudes was living in Oz, the TV show Oz? You had Manny Beast, or what's his name? Really BC. The Muslim, and then you had the white dude, the Irish dude that came in and wasn't no fighter, was a sucker, but he was a manipulator. He was the only one getting hit. He was getting mad from the CO police, you heard? But he was manipulating everything around him, and he kept the focus off of him by giving this dude money, saying this dude did this, dude that, boom, boom, boom. He was swift with it. I liked the white boy. The white boy was nice with it. He kept from getting harmed, and he manipulated everybody else to go against each other. Because he had money, and he knew how to manipulate the emotions of people when it came to money, because he knew that was his win. We don't think about stuff like that. Drastic decisions equate to tragic consequences. I like that. I like that. Can't even pen that. I like that, though. I like that. Yeah. So these are the things that goes on. These are the things, can you imagine? Like, I'm just saying, can you imagine that? Dudes won't be able to live. Dudes won't be able to talk about that they the toughest, they the roughest and all that stuff. Because you're going to have a lot of casualties. And the same thing in projects. Projects is like prisons. You got to come out and you're dealing with different type of energy. The only difference is that they don't got no police securing you. They don't got no police, You can come out with your gun. You can come out with your knife. You can come out, you never know. You're going to get into beef. I had beef all my life. I'm the oldest son out of my mother. Just me and my sister. For the first 20 years of me. Before I started grooming into something. And then my mother, 20 years later, my mother had another son. My little brother, Young Bro. Shout out to Young Bro. But he was born 20 years later. After I already went and designed a reputation of, of me, of, doing things, and, that was it. You know what I mean? Like running around the projects wilding, yes. You know what I'm saying? I used to come outside on summer days, and I used to walk through what we call the middle of Brownsville, Osborne, walk through. You got women outside with their kids, and, they playing ball, and it's a shame. I used to come through and walk through with a few of my little mans in them, and they see us, and they start running to the building, grabbing their kids, like it's gonna be a shootout. You heard? Yo, get your kids on. Everybody just clear. Boom. Yeah, shit like that happened. Dudes leave the basketball on the court and everything in bounds. You heard? That's a fact. I ain't never lie. You heard? It was sad to see stuff like that. And then, once in a blue, I had old women who, who would stop me and try to talk to me. You need to stop. I saw you out my window shooting at some boy last night. That's kind of embarrassing to go through like that. And I'm looking at this old lady like, wow, you heard? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And they tell my mother, you know what I mean? He's a good guy, but he's just doing bad things. And my mother, I can't control her. But these women who, and you know how that shit go. Y'all don't even understand Project Life. Everybody got binoculars. They in the window looking at you. They on the bench looking at you. They in their cars looking at you. Shit is crazy, you heard? I used to come outside. I felt 1,000 eyes on me just peeking out the window. You got buildings all around you, 6, 7 stories high. Everybody's looking out the window and they looking right at you. You feel as if you're looking right at you as soon as you come out your own building. You ever felt that void? You ever know what it is to feel a void like that? I felt that shit all my life. Growing up in Brownsville, I was always watched. No matter where I walked to, no matter where I went, people was in the window. People was like looking. People just cleared the way. People grabbed their kids. You know what I'm saying? I've been through that. Project Life. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole fact. Sad to say that. It's sad that when I look back and I said, man, I didn't know that, what I've done put a lot of people in harm's way. And this is why I come back, and try to do the right thing. You know what I mean? And, and that's it. That's it. The only thing I can do is try to give back what I've taken away, And, but, while I was gone, things started recreating themselves. Because all the little dudes that I was with, I went away. These little dudes took over. And, so throughout my years of incarceration, they was the image of me. They became the name. They held it down for me. And so forth. And, I got to say this. And, I'm not proud to say it. When I came home in 2000, they still held it down. I came home. And my mom already moved out the projects way before I came home. I still wound up going back to the projects, but my mom moved in a house in Brooklyn, bought a house in Brooklyn in an all-Italian neighborhood. And I got to stay there when I came home. When I maxed out, I stayed with her. But every day, I had someone come pick me up, take me back to Brownsville. I came right back to Brownsville. You heard when I came home and I hung out with these dudes that's my peoples who I raised since they was young. And I came back. I went back to the Brownsville, and, sad to say, pick off what I left off at. for a minute. And that was sad. After doing all that time, I still had the mentality. I was smarter. I was much more smarter, much more, perceptive about danger. And when I came home, because one thing, to have an image like me, not never being a rat. I never been a rat, so I never been in no goofy stuff. I always had 10 toes down. So when I came home, that's all they remember me as, you heard? A 10 toes down, no rat, a double S mother effer, you heard? No goofy stuff, you heard? So I came home solid. I'm solid. I went in solid, I came out extra solid. You heard? It's just like I be telling niggas, man, I went to sleep and woke up. I went to sleep a real nigga. I go to sleep a real nigga and I wake up a realer nigga. You heard? I go to sleep a real nigga and wake up a realer nigga. You heard? It's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's a fact. So, when I went to prison a real nigga, I came home a realer nigga. Same thing. It feels good. It feels good to have that type of feeling, that type of emotion. To know that you never was on no goofy stuff, you was a real dude, and things of that nature. So, my way of being accepted again, once again, coming back to my projects, I was like the president. So all the dudes that I groomed before I went to prison were the presidents. But they, in that time, groomed other growing up kids. And I never got to meet them because when I was there, they was babies. Now these dudes the thing goes on. The generations goes on when you have a project like it goes from here to there to there. And you have to. It's a must that you have to understand and learn your environment, where you come from, in order to help them, in order to influence them in a better way. Because if you don't have that respect, and if you don't have that love, you cannot come to nobody projects, even if you was raised up a certain way, if you even was raised up a different way where dudes ain't respect you, ain't love you, ain't knew you still was bound to get killed. So you got to imply, you got to enforce a lot of things that I've created, but you got to understand this, like a lot of dudes that was born and raised in Brownsville that grew up quietly, college, boom, they played basketball, they left. They can't come back and try to recreate things of that nature unless they are very successful. Unless they are very successful and that people's, oh, I didn't know he was from this building. A lot of people, I didn't know he was from this building. Oh, I didn't know he lived it over here. Oh, you from Brownsville? He represented Brownsville? Where the hell he was at? He was playing ball, going to school, getting an education while y'all was out there shooting. That's why. And still is doubt that he will be able to come back and try to do something, because normally these type of individuals, when they get this type of education and these scholars and these college grads and stuff, they're gone. They don't never come back usually to come back to pay homage. You don't see them at Brownsville Day. You don't see them at the Thanksgiving. You don't see them at the block party day. These type of individuals usually leave and they never come back. And I understand. But you got, and that's fact, because you got dudes like me who's grounded, who's got so much more memory. A lot of blood been shed, a lot of killing been shed, a lot of assaults and fights been shed. So, they said you're am I a product of my environment? Absolutely, I am a product of my environment. And this is why that I have the initiative and the influence to change the dynamics too, also as well. I keep going through this and I keep professing this, that is something. This may sound so far-fetched, but it's always something bad about you, a person that will remember you the most about and applaud you on, then you do good in the project. Becoming a star and all that, yeah. But they seem to attach themselves more with the things that you've done bad because it's crazy to us and it's crazy to them, and they relate to crazy stuff. So this is exactly why, they are more gravitated to someone industries who lived it, who learned to tell it, who lived to tell it, and things of that nature, instead of someone who they don't remember going through a lot of things and a lot of scars. Dudes don't got a lot of wear and tear from scrapping. A lot of dudes that don't got a lot of wear and tear from scrapping, they did a lot of running. I got a lot of wear and tear from scrapping. I think got shot, got stabbed, all of that. That's part of your metal. It's part of your growth. If you don't got a lot of wear and tear from scrapping, you did a lot of running. You was a sucker. You wasn't a sucker, but you was smart. Now, if you pretend to be someone hard and you ain't got a lot of wear and tear scrapping, that's a different thing. But you got a lot of dudes that, they went to school, went to college, played ball, and they left. They don't get no wear and tear from scrapping. Applaud them. But not the ones that sit up here and feel as if though they did this amount of this and this amount of that, and you don't got a lot of wear and tear for scrapping. You ain't never get touched, or you ain't never. Come on, man. You sound like a silly ass fool. You heard? That's not. You ain't gangster. You heard? You did a lot of running. You did a lot of pedaling. You heard? You was on that bike like. You heard? Or you must have dropped slips on yourself a lot. You heard? To avoid getting, I'm telling you, that's what happened. Yeah, be yourself. Stop, Be yourself. Stop being fake. Stop acting fake. That's a fact. But see, once you got the influence on the population that understand this type of, let me tell you something about being perceptive about individuals. We are gifted with this type of vision, this type of talent. Project, like you can go into projects and you can find someone in the projects. They can tell that you've never been in the projects by the way you look and you smell. You look out of place. You look different. Your facial expression is different. Your demeanor is different. You're not the same. And they can smell just like a dog. A dog feed off of what? A dog feed off of fear. Once a dog know that he gonna bite you. He gonna bite you. Once he know, he see, because they sense it. Dogs sense fear and they will eat you the fuck out. I hate cursing, they will eat you out. And these are some of these dudes that got it. They profess that they are fear. They are in fear. But they profess to be tough, but they are in fear. That's the whole fact. And dogs sense it. They know they're going to bite them. They going to bite. A lot of these dudes bark, but they don't got to bite. Got to understand that's a difference. Like you legend, you going to strangle a dog like you legend? Facts. What up? You already know, J-Mac. You already see. You already know what it is, man. Brooklyn born and raised. Henry 4625. What's up, man? Wolverine, what's up? Facts. Yeah, dudes got it. One thing you can't do, man. It's one thing you can't do, man. But you can't fool a person. You can't fool a wild. A fool, a wise man can play a part of a fool. A fool can't play a part of a wise man. It can't. You know what Jadakiss says? We gonna handle it like grown men. You won't win. You don't even feel comfortable in your own skin. I rap my ass off fighting the champ with the glass jaw at the garden in Nassau. But you always gotta, let me tell you something, like I said, man, Project Like is different, the energy is different, you know what I mean? The world is different around us, and I said this to myself, and I'm just trying to compare what goes on in a life of a project. You got the police in front of the bubble, and you decide to still try to take a man's life as if you want to get caught, you heard? And you got 1,000 people with you, got a motive with it. There's motives with things that you do that's not smart. That's for one. And I'm not trying to tell or profess anybody how to be a smarter killer, but it's true. What I've learned about in my projects, about a lot of young fellas in my projects, because they got to understand something. They became more smarter. And that makes life more scarier. When you in the projects and you know there's like 2 or 3 dudes that you run into every day that you know that got bodies and killings all over the place, and it's quiet, and they've been out for years. You heard? They've been out for years. And nobody's saying nothing. That's when you know you advanced in killing. Because a lot of times, a lot of dudes kill loud, and you got some people that kill low. And I could say that. Because back in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of dudes killed loud. They left motives, left dudes on the street, and everybody knew because they was always what? Right, indirect, right after the last thing you could always say to yourself is who and what this victim had an incident with. They're going to go back to that incident. And someone said, man, sometimes meat is cooked cold better than it's cooked hot. You got to be careful. But what I do understand about the younger people now and generation is easier. It's easier, it's spookier. It's more spookier now, it's more dangerous because I've seen and I live it. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. And they're very humble. Like I said, that we was talking about this yesterday. These killers are becoming so advanced with life that it's become they humble themselves more. You wouldn't tell, you can't tell, you know what I mean? They polite. It's scarier. You heard? That's a fact. But a lot of immature people who deal with emotions, they still got a lot of work to do as far as them dealing with how to, strategize certain incidents or isolate a certain incident without them having fault or being misled and for them to end up doing a whole bunch of time with people in a gathering. See, that's the difference. Coked up. That's the difference. Salute to Shamar Davis, man. Salute to Shamar Davis. Rest in love is what I put. You know what I mean? But now, 2 lives being lost, 1 that's gone, and now he got to deal with consequences. The suspect. Now he got to deal with consequences, things of that nature. And, Shamar Davis could have been someone else's cousin, someone else's father, someone else's, uncle. So, and they probably, and 9 times out of 10, you never know. He probably got people that's in prison. So he got to worry about the safety of himself now, the confidence of his friends and his family. So these are things and steps that he got to go through now for the rest of his life. If how he survived. Now it's all about survival for him. If he never learned how to piss his shit and wipe his ass on his own, he got to learn now. If he never stuffed the gat to hold himself down in long joints like this, you already got to learn survival tactics now. He have to recreate his mind. He have to have the ability to acquire boldness. He have to make himself, because it's easy to pull a gun. It's easy to pull a trigger when you with 1,000 niggas. And you're the only one to boom. You want to show your mans, and that's how, see, this is what it is. You want to show your mans and how you bust your gun and what you're doing until they turn on you. And now you by yourself. They're not with you. Your 8 man's not with you no more. They ain't writing statements on you. You heard? Now you in the joint by yourself. And if you knew if you was in the street and you was gully like that, in our language, I know these niggas ain't telling on me. I know this girl ain't telling on me. You got that wrong because you got charged. They got a picture. Matter of fact, they got a picture. They got a picture of the dude in front of the building. Hold on, let me find this picture. They showed the dude in front of the picture. They showed the dude right in front of the building, looking in the camera, and they got a picture of him. I understood that. Like they posing for the camera. That's one picture. I'm trying to figure out the other one. Yeah, here you go right here. Look, they got a picture of him right here. Got a picture of him right here in front of the camera. In front of the camera. He got a couple of suspects. Oh. Oh, man. Cancel time. Oh, there go the picture right there. They got a picture right there. Look, they got a couple of them right there in handcuffs. They got a picture of them in handcuffs. Look at the police station that's right next to him. Right in front of the building. That's crazy. Yeah, it's over. It's over. You see his bands in them? They got arrested. It's like, look, it's like, look, it's like, look. It's one right here. One right there. Wait, hold on. One right there. It's like 3, 4 of them already. Probably the rest of them in the car. These dudes gonna tell. They already told. They already told. Yo, Lawton, get this dude Lawton Mad Franks. We got a Spartan in here, came in here butt naked. This dude came in here butt naked with his butthole greased up, man. Give him Franks, man. Come on, man. Feed him Franks. Give it all to him. We don't believe in that. Buster, get a nigga Franks, man. How he slid in here? Yeah, look for the truth, man. How he slid in here without getting Franks, man? We find out. That nigga Franks, man. Franks, cucumbers, bananas, anything that's shaped oval, well, anything that's shaped straight, you heard? Perpendicular. Yeah, nigga, the holes, yeah, give them holes too, you heard? You know what I'm saying? We don't support that over here, you heard? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That nigga everything, man. Make that shit come out his ears, you heard? Make it come out his nose, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Make him poop it out. Yeah, give him that too, Pink Sugar. Give him that. What's that, Pink Sugar? What's that? Hold up, what is that? Pills? That's for Holly Ho. She got pills up there. You get pills. I ain't never seen it in my meat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen it. That's drugs. Yeah, that's what they on. Definitely what they on. But yeah, man. Facts, meds. Yeah, that's a definite Holly Ho on that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, give them cucumbers, rainbow brights. Yeah, they get all of that, you heard? They get all of that, you heard? You know what I mean? Let me tell you something, man. My coat up is strong, you heard? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My cult up is strong in here, man. We smart. We real recognize real. You know what I mean? Real recognize real only. We not gonna go for no goofy, stuff, you heard? We ain't going for goofiness, you heard? Fuck out of here, you heard? You know what I mean? I'm trying to make this topic as positive as I could because I think it's important that we look at, we look at the, first and foremost, I want to dedicate this live to Shamar and his family, and plus he's a Davis. So, these are things that, his background, which, he comes from at the age of 21 with no arrest, is rare. It's rare that at 21 he has no prior arrest. And that's a blessing. Because he was on his way to be having a scholarship, or he went to school, went to Monroe, and he dropped out. So I applaud people like that. Like, I promote this with my own son. I will promote this type of behavior with my son, or my daughter. So, because I don't want them to ever go down the road that I went down. I need them to learn that from me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to educate as much as I could on a positive note with, young people of that age, in that age bracket. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that, that's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. You know what I'm saying, Gotti Savage? So, it's just difficult, to just imagining yourself, living in the projects like you live up north in the maxes, and you can come outside because there's still dangerous dudes out here. There's a lot of dangerous dudes out here that got up north mentality, and they still are dangerous. You heard? But we live in a world where there's least security. People die every day, B. People get shot every day, B. So we got to understand that this is more, that's why I said that this is more dangerous. It's just so only think about, prison having access to liquor and drugs and guns. They do got access to knives. Knives in prison they call shooters, you heard? They talk like it, act like, Now, I shot a lot of niggas in prison. They be like, how you shot somebody when you got a gun, nigga? Had a knife. When we poke somebody or we cut somebody, we shot them. This is what the type of language we implement while we in prison. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes get lost. You be like, yo, I shot that nigga in prison. Yo, how you shot somebody, KK? I stabbed him. Shot. That's what we call shooting. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You know what I mean? So, I see you, sis. Slim Slammer. You know what I'm saying, Dave Johnson? That's a fact. So, yeah, man. So, I wanted to dedicate this. I wanted to dedicate this to him. And that's it, man. And I hope stay safe, stay peaceful. Brownsville, man, stand up. You know what I'm saying? We had a quarantine time and, and stuff like this still take place where we should be worrying about, having a more insight on trying to survive. Numerous people have died today. You know what I'm saying? More. So they still act as if though that is going away, but it's still increasing. In Brownsville, they found 10 people in their apartments dead. So now I'm thinking to myself, this is getting crazy. Oh. So you got 10 people they found dead in the apartment in Brownsville in the past 2 days because their people that are relatives never heard from them. Now, I'm like, how? So now I'm getting deep with this because now I'm thinking, okay, so when we leave the windows open in our apartments, that's a hazardous. It's hazardous. And a lot of these victims was living in a high 10th floor, 9th floor, right? So, the wind up there moving crazy. The more higher you go, the more wind you get. So I be thinking deep. So now I'm saying to myself, now I'm like, oh, I got to close my windows. I'm closing my windows. Because if you find people in their apartment without getting the care for coronavirus and they dying just like that in their crib, 10 people died in the building. They found 10 people dead in the building. So it got to be in the air somewhere. Their windows was open and they just went out. So they been was sick, didn't get enough help because, you know, they saying that being on your deathbed, you can't come to the hospital. So they wind up staying home and dying without getting the proper care. That's deep. And Brownsville is hit. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm mad at dudes in Brownsville because I went out there the other day to get some face masks, and I see not one effort out there with a face mask. Male and female. I'm like, what's wrong with these dudes? What's wrong with them? So now I'm saying to myself, you know, Trump talking about he got a shortage. I'm ready to write Trump and say, well, come to Brownsville and get some masks. Because they got a whole bunch of them in the Alibaba store, you heard? Because nobody using them out here. But that's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because these dudes ain't wearing them out there, man. I'm kind of upset. It worries me because I love my hood. I love my hood. My hood is my hood. And I want them to live longer, but they're not really taking it serious. They're not taking it serious, you heard? They're not taking it serious. The stores out there still open, you know, they don't care, you know, small businesses, you know, the dollar store and all that, they open it. They got thousands of masks in there. They going crazy selling it like crack. They sell those masks like crack. And they give you the cheap ones that last 2 days so you can come back and get 10 more. You heard? This is how they, you know, re-improvise money. You know, they flip that money like that, like it's crack. You know what I mean? That COVID-19 ain't no joke. Everything is necessary. The masks is super necessary. The coffins and the masks is at an all-time high. I wish I knew how to make coffins. You know what I'm saying? The coffin joint, whoever made coffins is getting money. Yeah, life ain't no joke, you heard? The sky, the money went up. I mean, the coffins prices went up. You know, you're gonna get a casket you're gonna get a wooden box for the same price of a metal one. You know what I mean? A tin can one, you heard? I mean, there's gonna be no difference. You know, oh, word? Yeah. They got a nursing home in East New York, who I used to go see my man, my Money Boy Reef grandmother. My shout out to Money Boy Reef. I used to go see his grandmother in there. You know what I'm saying? That's family. The same nursing home she lived on Ashford and Linden Boulevard. The nursing home on Linden and Ashford. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They got bodies in the room of people that's still alive, just stacked in a corner somewhere. So you're in a room, you know, under care, and you got to look at bodies and smell bodies just laying on top of bodies inside the nursing home. They don't know where to put them at. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yes, by peak houses. That's a fact. That's a fact, Richie Garcia. I mean, gotcha. Yeah, it's by pink houses. Linden Boulevard and Ashford right there. You know, the nursing home. I used to go there all the time to see a couple of people from Brownsville. You know, you got people from Brownsville, older people from Brownsville, East New York. You know, they come there, they put their family there, you know what I'm saying, for care, for health care, things of that situation. That's what happens. You know, they was on the news yesterday saying that they got bodies behind bodies in the same room of people that are alive in. They don't know what to do with it. They're keeping bodies in a room that you alive in. You got to look at this. You got to see this. This is crazy. This thing is becoming something not of nature. We're not used to we're not used to seeing things like they out of control with the bodies that's dropping. More than the bodies that's alive. They don't know what to do. Funeral homes are being overcrowded. The morgue is overcrowded. And this is one of the reasons why I feel that this is one of the reasons I was with my niece Saturday, and we went to go get some seafood, and we was in downtown by Fort Greene, and it's a hospital over there. But anyway, she showed me the freezer that they keep the bodies in. We drove right past it. And she said, Uncle KK, this is why I had to get out of here. I'm like, what? I said, what's that? She's like, that's the freezer they put the bodies in. I didn't even know that because it looked like an 18-wheeler truck, the 18-wheeler truck freezer, you heard? It was that big. And said, yeah, I had to get out of here like that. So they got freezers on the streets in Brooklyn all around, but they just put bodies in and keep it at a temperature so it won't smell or decompose. They controlling they controlling the smell and things of that nature, or trying to preserve the body. They're still trying to preserve the body. So yeah, the trailers, facts. So it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? But these are things that we need to start, worrying about, touching on. You know what I mean? You got your little side things going on with the violence here and there. A dude got shot in his head the other day, and it came out the building. He was all right. He was talking and walking. He walked up the steps in the ambulance. God is good. God is good. You know what I'm saying? And he wound up making it. So, under these unfortunate circumstances, that we got to start thinking more better, collectively, more safely, inside and outside of your environment, you heard? And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm going to end this in a little minute. Matter of fact, now, you heard? And let me get it coked up. Coked up, you heard? Gotti Savage. Yo, I'm scared to go to the hospital too, man. You know what I mean? They talking about all these shots. You heard? Give them Franks. Give them Franks. Give them Franks. You heard? Give them Franks. You know what I mean? Coked up. Coked up. Yo, Pink Sugar, man. You know what you got to do, man. I'm going to see that tonight, man. If you can, you heard? Word up, man. Yo, coked up, man. Coked up, man. On the count. On the count. Slim Slammer, what's up? You know what I mean? Y'all already know, man. What time is it? It's only 10:51. All right. Y'all already know, man. Cultomania. You know what I mean? Yo, my next topic I'm going to talk about, and I know y'all going to die laugh. Y'all ain't going to die laugh for this one, man. But I'm going to talk about something deep, yo. It's not really that much deep, man. Y'all already feel as if though I got mental problems, though. But you know me, I'm smart, right? I know I'm smart, right? That's all I want to tell y'all. But I'm going to go through, my next topic is going to be about, me. Mental illnesses and stuff like that, that a lot of trickery stuff happened that I did, and I got away with, you heard? So things of that nature and shit, you know what I'm saying? And mental illnesses helped me out and shit, not being on your meds, you heard? But the police couldn't stand me. They couldn't stand me because I got away a lot. But I got a story. I got a story to talk to y'all about, I got a story to talk to y'all about, assault, mental illnesses, police, you heard? And the opportunities and the advantage that you got when you present some type of paper. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I always try to tell people, maybe I'm giving away too much, but I don't necessarily have to, because it's not necessarily tiring. But when you know that you involved in something and that you got to do your homework, you need to do your homework a lot about the things you do, about the repercussions of the laws that they got. This is what you got to do. Learn the repercussions of the laws that they got for you when you do things illegal or you intend to do things, illegal. So, you got to learn how to, it's just like you got to learn how to create a pattern. And once you start creating a pattern, it becomes the aura. It becomes your character of the life in front of people. You got professors, you got doctors and all that writing things about you and problems and what you go through. Saves you a lot from a lot of things that you got no business doing illegally. So, just a lot of things that, that helped me out during my time with me going to battle with wars with people and whatever, my assaults and my fights and things of that nature. My record spoke for itself. It's something that I've created intentionally and made and designed for it to be a habit. So once you do that, you protect yourself in your own rights. You protect yourself in your own rights. You do. Pour this blood everywhere. Oh, yo, you heard? You know what I mean? And you wait for the police to come and they be like, oh my God, we can't put him in jail. We got to put him in the hospital. He's nuts. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. But until then, I ain't going to give you no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to give you no more, you heard? Yo, coked up, man. Bless up, man. Again, rest in love, Shamar Davis, man. You know what I mean? My heart is here. You know what I mean? Another Brownsville loss. You know what I mean? Doing something good. Another Brownsville soul loss, doing something good. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay afloat, stay smart. Stay away from bozos. And definitely stay away from them damn Spartans, you heard? All right? All right, love. One.